Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our region's business, improving our economy, creating jobs, and strengthening communities. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and the people making it happen. Join us as we take a closer look at our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, Shale Insight takes the pulse of the natural gas industry in our region. Plus, our region soon to be at the center of a national conversation about sustainability and the environment. But first, just what's going on inside the old Kaufmann's department store building in downtown Pittsburgh. Building's owned by Core Realty out of Philadelphia, which announced big plans for a mixed-use development, including residential, retail, maybe a hotel. Recently, it's come under a bit of fire for apparently slow progress in moving the project forward. Therese Farrow is Commercial Leasing Director for Core Realty, and Tony Corsa is Regional Property Manager. And welcome. Good to have you both here.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tony, how about it? What exactly, for folks in Pittsburgh who don't know Core Realty, what exactly is the company? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so Core Realty is a company based out of Philadelphia. I often like to consider us as a boutique management company, but we do more than just manage. We're also a developer, focus a lot on historic renovation and developing that way.
Very cool. Therese, you're out of Philadelphia,
yes.
So I would assume the company has a pretty big presence there.
Yes, in fact, we have 10 city blocks on the Delaware River waterfront.
Wow.
Where we are developing several pretty impactful residential, mixed-use, commercial developments there.
So you've been around the block when it comes to older historic types of buildings,
Yes,
and then what it takes
absolutely.
to redevelop them.
We've also won awards on it. So the Ajax Metal Building, we won an award for historic preservation of that project.
So what attracted you all to the old Kaufmann's department store? I know it's Macy's, but for anybody who's been in Pittsburgh a long time, it'll always be the Kaufmann's department store. What do you like about it?
We, as much as everyone else nationally, have been in tune to Pittsburgh, to the tremendous growth and the disproportionate amount of businesses that are here. But the Kaufmann's building especially has so much of an iconic presence here. And I was actually very taken when I came here for the first few times when I spoke to people about the building, just the nostalgic connectedness that people have to that building. And we take that very seriously.
So what do you have in mind for it? What could it become? I mean, it was an enormous urban department store for almost all of its history.
Certainly. It's a huge building. It's 1.2 million square feet. A lot of plans for it. The first 2 floors we're looking at commercial with retail and restaurants. We've converted 2 of the former shopping floors to a parking garage that will serve our residents. We will have 311 residential apartments in the building as well. With rooftop amenities, running track, tennis courts, rooftop pool.
A rooftop pool.
Rooftop pool with a rooftop restaurant.
Okay.
So it's a massive building. It's been a great undertaking for us, and we hope that we can make Pittsburgh proud.
Well, as you know, over the summer, you stand outside the building, though. You stand there at the corner of 5th and Smithfield, and it doesn't look like a whole lot's been going on. From what you're telling me, there has been a lot of stuff going on.
There's been a lot going on. And you have to remember this is a historic building too, so we're not going to be doing extensive facade work. But lately, within the last 30 days, we've replaced the storm windows, and so you can see a lot of that taking shape.
And additionally, too, as a company, we like to work from the inside out, if you will. Big changes, big glorified celebration when it's time to unveil it, so that when you do get a chance to step inside, you're wowed. You're amazed. But like Therese said too, it's a historic building. We have to remember that we can't change a lot of those things on the outside.
And there will be time for all that. There will be time for the hoopla and the ribbon cutting and everything like that. But right now, we really have to stay focused with what we're doing on the inside, and to be very mindful about who we're going to place in the building, because we really need to speak to the heritage of the building, while also putting uses in the building that are going to, for the residents to enjoy and for the people of downtown to enjoy at the same time. So we have to be mindful of that, and we're really focused on that right now.
So you're talking about the residential piece. What other kinds of uses might we see in the building?
One of the big things too on floors 5 and 6 is a hotel. So there'll be
Okay, I wanted to ask you about the hotel and also office potential, that kind of use as well?
Yes, definitely. There's office potential on the second floor.
Okay, so it really will be a very mixed kind of development as it builds out. So what's the timetable? How's this likely to unfold as we look ahead over the next months or years or however long it's going to take you to do it?
So we're getting close.
Yeah.
We're hoping for our first move-ins to be sometime around mid-November, just before the Thanksgiving holiday.
Oh, really? That's soon. Okay.
We will complete a floor at a time going down. And so we're hoping for mid-November, and so far that's looking like it may happen.
Now, is residential apartments, condos? What's the?
Apartments.
It is going to be apartments, so it's more rental. How's the market feel right now? There's been a lot of apartments going up all over town. You getting interest?
You know, we have had a lot of interest. We have about 11% of the building pre-leased already, and it is a project that Pittsburgh is waiting for. We have a product with Core that is unlike nothing this country has ever seen before, and it's going to knock the socks off the Pittsburgh apartment market.
So you think it's really going to be differentiated there in terms of what you're going to be able to offer versus what's already on the market or under construction around you?
Yeah, we can't talk too much about the details of what is going to floor the people, but
I think the pool on the roof and the restaurant out of the gate is probably pretty cool. Yeah.
When it gets released, people will be loving it.
All right, well, mid-November, that's when we have to look forward to see what you guys have been doing inside the grand old building in downtown Pittsburgh. Well, it's great to hear it's moving that quickly and that there actually is stuff going on, and hopefully the project goes really well for Core Realty as well as for downtown Pittsburgh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Therese, Farrow, Tony Corsa from Core, thank you both so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Next up, a little bit of insight into just what's happening and what's ahead for our region's natural gas industry. Stay with us.